The sun dipped low over the horizon, casting a golden glow over the park where Emma, Liam, and Noah sat on their usual bench. The trio had been inseparable since high school, their bond forged through countless late-night study sessions, shared laughter, and the kind of trust that only comes from years of friendship. But lately, something had shifted, something unspoken yet palpable, like a storm brewing on the edge of a clear sky. Emma adjusted her scarf, her gaze flickering between Liam and Noah. Liam was animatedly recounting a story from work, his hands gesturing wildly, while Noah listened with his usual quiet intensity, occasionally interjecting with a dry comment that made Emma laugh. She loved them both dearly, but lately her feelings had begun to blur the lines between friendship and something more. It had started innocently enough. A lingering glance here, a casual touch there. Emma had always been close to both Liam and Noah, but over the past few months, she'd found herself drawn to Liam in a way that felt different. His easygoing charm, his infectious enthusiasm. It was impossible not to be captivated by him. But then there was Noah, her rock, the one who always knew how to make her feel seen and understood. She couldn't imagine her life without either of them, but the thought of choosing between love and friendship was unbearable. The complexities of navigating romantic feelings within a close friend group are like walking a tightrope. One misstep, and everything could come crashing down. For Emma, the tension was becoming impossible to ignore. She found herself overanalyzing every interaction, every word, every glance. Did Liam feel the same way about her? And what about Noah? She couldn't shake the feeling that he was holding something back, too. One evening, after a particularly awkward dinner where the conversation had felt stilted and forced, Emma decided she couldn't keep her feelings bottled up any longer. She needed to talk to someone, but who? Confiding in Liam risked jeopardizing their friendship if he didn't feel the same way. And Noah, well, she wasn't sure she was ready to face whatever was simmering beneath the surface of their bond. In the end, she turned to her older sister, Mia, who had always been her sounding board. Over cups of steaming tea, Emma poured her heart out, her words tumbling out in a rush. "I don't know what to do," she confessed. "I care about both of them so much, but I can't keep pretending everything's fine. What if I ruin everything?" Mia listened patiently, her expression thoughtful. "Love and friendship don't have to be mutually exclusive," she said finally. "But you have to be honest with yourself and with them. Keeping secrets will only make things harder in the long run." Emma nodded, but the weight of her decision felt overwhelming. How could she risk losing the two people who meant the most to her? As the weeks went by, the tension between the trio grew. Liam, usually so carefree, seemed distracted, his laughter a little forced. Noah, on the other hand, had become even more reserved, his usual dry wit replaced by a quiet intensity that made Emma's stomach twist with guilt. One night, after a movie marathon at Liam's apartment, Emma found herself alone with Noah in the kitchen. They were washing dishes side by side, the silence between them heavy with unspoken words. Finally, Noah broke the silence. "You've been distant lately," he said, his voice low. "Is everything okay?" Emma hesitated, her hands stilling in the soapy water. "I don't know," she admitted. I feel like I'm stuck in the middle of something I don't know how to handle." Noah turned to face her, his dark eyes searching hers. "Is this about Liam?" Emma's breath caught in her throat. "What do you mean?" Noah sighed, running a hand through his hair. "Come on, Emma. I'm not blind. I've seen the way you look at him, and the way he looks at you." Emma felt her cheeks flush. "It's not that simple," she said quietly. "I care about both of you. I don't want to lose either of you." Noah's expression softened, but there was a sadness in his eyes that made Emma's heart ache. "You won't lose me," he said, "no matter what happens, but you need to figure out what you want, and you need to be honest with Liam and with yourself." Emma took Noah's words to heart, but the thought of confronting Liam filled her with dread. What if he didn't feel the same way? What if it ruined their friendship? But the more she thought about it, the more she realized that keeping her feelings bottled up was only making things worse. The next day, she invited Liam to meet her at their favorite coffee shop. As they sat across from each other, steaming mugs in hand, Emma took a deep breath. "Liam, there's something I need to talk to you about." Liam's brow furrowed in concern. "Is everything okay?" Emma nodded, though her hands were trembling. I just, I need to be honest with you. I've been feeling something, something more than friendship. And I don't know if you feel the same way, but I couldn't keep it to myself anymore." For a moment, Liam just stared at her, his expression unreadable. Then, to her surprise, he let out a soft laugh. "Emma, I've been trying to figure out how to tell you the same thing." Emma's heart skipped a beat. "Really?" Liam nodded, a shy smile tugging at his lips. "Yeah, I've been crazy about you for months. I just didn't want to mess things up between us, or with Noah." The relief that washed over Emma was overwhelming, but it was quickly followed by a pang of guilt. "What about Noah?" she asked quietly. "I don't want him to feel left out." Liam reached across the table, taking her hand in his. "We'll figure it out," he said. "Together. Noah's our friend, and that's not going to change. But we can't keep hiding how we feel." Telling Noah was one of the hardest things Emma had ever done. She and Liam sat him down together, their hands intertwined as they explained everything. Noah listened in silence, his expression unreadable. When they finished, he let out a long breath. "I'm not going to lie. This isn't easy to hear," he said finally. "But I want you both to be happy, and if this is what makes you happy, then I'll support you." Emma felt tears prick at the corners of her eyes. "Thank you, Noah. You have no idea how much that means to me." Noah gave her a small smile, though there was still a hint of sadness in his eyes. "Just promise me one thing," he said. "Don't let this change what we have. The three of us, we're a team. Always have been, always will be." Emma nodded, her throat too tight to speak. She knew it wouldn't be easy. There would be moments of jealousy and insecurity, moments where they'd have to navigate the delicate balance between love and friendship. But as she looked at Liam and Noah, she felt a surge of hope. They had been through so much together, and she knew they could get through this too. In the months that followed, the trio worked hard to maintain their bond. There were awkward moments, of course, times when Emma felt torn between her relationship with Liam and her friendship with Noah, but they talked openly about their feelings, and slowly they found a new rhythm. Emma realized that love and friendship didn't have to be at odds. With honesty, trust, and a lot of communication, they could coexist. And as she watched Liam and Noah laughing together one evening, their easy camaraderie as strong as ever, she knew they had found a way to make it work. In the end, it wasn't about choosing between love and friendship. It was about finding a way to honor both, and in doing so, creating something even stronger than before.